Okay. And we are live. Hello and welcome back. Today I am joined with the fantastic Juliette Bryant. Juliette, please tell everyone who you are, where you're from, and what it is that you do.
So my name's Juliette Bryant. I'm a mother of three amazing boys. I am an author, and my latest book, Seven Magical Mushrooms. I'm a nutritionist, a superfood alchemist, and the founder of the School of Earth Wisdom. So I'm from the UK. I also am part American and part Italian. But I grew up in England and then went to high school in Florida. And I live in sunny Suffolk.
Goodness. Okay. That's a journey and a half.
Yeah.
So what made you not go to Italy to live?
Well, it's funny because I was having a conversation with someone about that this morning and my desire to go and explore Italy. My mum was, my grandmother's Italian. She moved to New York. My mum was born in New York. So I haven't really explored my Italian roots very much, but it's something that I feel a calling to. I think the world is such an amazing place and there's so many incredible places in it. And I would love to explore all of it. Part of my mission in life has been traveling to places and working with the people who have the wisdom of the earth still flowing unconnected. So I've spent time in South America, in Peru, working with shamans. I've spent time in India learning about Ayurveda, time in Mexico. So I've had lots of time kind of learning and connecting to the roots of this earth and the medicines of this earth.
Amazing. Love it. I love it. Oh, I can't imagine how beautiful it was in Peru.
Oh, it was such a life-changing trip. I was there last April and went to Machu Picchu and other sacred sites there and spent time working with shamans over there. And just one of the things that always captivates me about certain places in the world is the energy of the earth is so vital and vibrant. And unfortunately, in the UK, we've had a disconnected history of our working with the earth. So, the Celts, the pagans, the Druids would all have this deep earth connection. But when the Romans came over, a lot of this was severed. And so our land, I feel, is more subdued than places like Peru, where the shamans have always been doing this. It hasn't stopped. India, same thing. There's this unbroken practice of worshipping and honouring the earth.
Yeah.
And so the earth talks back more. And so part of my mission is to revitalize that within people over here so we can reactivate, support the earth to reactivate here into the beautiful power that is in this land.
Yeah, it sounds absolutely amazing. So I'm not overly experienced in working with the land other than energetically.
Mhm.
But I know the work that you do is a massive part of the land, isn't it? Because you are using the earth's plants basically to heal human bodies and minds. I mean, I've just got the mushroom tincture to help sort out my brain because it's decided that it doesn't want to work with me anymore. It's decided it wants to live on a different planet, which is epic some days. And other days is really frustrating because I have actually got shit to do. But tell us a little bit more about the work specifically that you do in this area.
Yes, so one of the things, so I trained as a nutritionist 22 years ago, and so have been working with the nutrition of plants. And then as I was working, I also trained in healing, something called Cacao, which is an ancient Egyptian form of healing, and crystal healing as well. And so I was doing these things separately. And as I was developing, I was realizing that none of it's separate. It's all the same thing. We are physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual beings, and we need to nourish ourselves on all levels of our being. And that was the first kind of iteration of my work. And then it was like, actually, this is even deeper than that because the plants, the mushrooms, the trees, they're all working on all of those levels. So we don't even need to consume them to receive their medicine. We can simply sit with them and call in their spirit to bring in that healing energy. It helps, I find, with plants or mushrooms or trees if you've got a relationship. So it's like a person. If you know Sarah, for example, whoever Sarah is, and you've sat with Sarah a few times, you know what she's like. So then when you need Sarah's help, you can call her in. So it's the same with reishi mushroom, for example. If you've consumed reishi, if you've, taken it in different forms and you know what reishi feels like in your body and you've sat with it, you've found reishi growing in the wild, then when you need it spiritually, you're like, oh, I know what reishi feels like. I can bring that into my being. It's the same as like rosemary, for example. If you've smelt rosemary before, you've rubbed your hands through a rosemary plant and brought them to your face and smelt it, then we can have that recall to bring that back in. And so for me, this is very much where my work comes from. So I make products. I've got a whole range of superfood products, but
Yeah.
it's not about just the physical ingredients. For me, it's about the products retaining their energetic quality of the plant. So when I grow things, so I do a lot of work in schools with children. Voluntarily, I've created in one of the local schools a program called Growing Nature Club, and I've fundraised polytunnel. We've created a forest garden. I go in every week, and for free I teach children about growing, about making herbal remedies, and about this deep respect for the earth. And ultimately, this is where it comes down to, for me, we have to be in this reciprocity, this relationship with the earth, as
Yeah.
opposed to I'm going to use and take all these things. It's sitting with the plant and saying, please may I work with your medicine, please may I share your medicine. And then that's what I do when I harvest, is I have that relationship of asking that the energy of that plant still retains in there, as opposed to big machines just bulldozing things. It's a very different level of working, I feel.
Yeah, absolutely. Completely. It's a very different way of working altogether. I mean, foraging and working with the plants and the earth and things have been obviously around for generations, but society hasn't been built to be open to that.
Mm.
It's more open to, well, what can you go and buy in a shop? What seems normal? And actually, it's really detrimental, isn't it? So, one of our other attendees, sponsors, and winners and finalists from last year, Jenny Connor, she has got the rewilding farm at Dalton Farm up, and she shares a lot about this stuff. And it's always fascinating listening to her because her perspective is from, she's a doctor. She was a GP and she's come into this world because she can see that the health benefits from it are really good. So, um, Juliette, you are bringing your magic with you and you're joining us at the Business Ascension Symposium and Awards. But you're also coming into our VIP day as our cacao facilitator. Do you want to share a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I'm so excited. So I've been working with cacao for over 18 years. So long before it was a massive trend like it is now, and holding space with cacao. Cacao is it's chocolate.
Yeah.
But in its raw form. And cacao is a heart opener. So physically, it contains 360 active chemicals and minerals that support our physical health and well-being. But energetically, it connects us into the love that we are. Which is such a beautiful thing. So I'm going to be holding a cacao ceremony where we will be connecting into our heart, so we can really drop through those layers. That's what cacao does. It really connects us into that essence. And ultimately, when we operate from that space of heart, there's so much more flow and synchronicity and love, and that's the essence of our being. I just Monday finished my first 8-week online cacao training that I've run, accredited training, and it was such a profound journey, taking 20 people for 8 weeks through learning about Mama Cacao. And you see the profundity of the wisdom that this tree has to offer us, which is just amazing. So I feel blessed and honoured that I can share it with the people at the VIP day.
I'm really excited, but I'm not gonna lie, it also makes me a bit nervous
Okay, how
doing this
come?
kind of stuff because I know that when we've been suppressing a lot,
Mhm,
and then we sit with this beautiful plant medicine, we end up opening up and letting go.
mhm.
And you just never know what's going to come
No.
next. And that's one thing I love about this journey and what we bring in. So I always get a little bit nervous, but I always love the breakthrough as well. So I can't really win on it. It's a good opening. But to be able to go through the symposium and all the activations and everything that the speakers are bringing to the stage on the Thursday, and then having the celebrations in the evening, to then come to you first thing on the Friday morning and have this moment of intention and clarity and just the beautiful ceremony that it's going to be in our beautiful woodland setting is just going to be absolutely divine. And I'm so excited.
I
So
think
excited. I'm like a child at Christmas. We're
amazing.
bringing it all together.
I think one thing about the cacao, after experiencing all of the symposium and the awards, the cacao will help with that integration as well.
Yes. Yeah.
And, when you said you're nervous about it, part of it is when we set our intention, we also have the ability to say how far we want to go with anything.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And
But I don't like to control things anymore,
no.
she says.
But
Me, you control freak, never.
cacao can be a really gentle heart opener, or it can be strong. It depends on what you're
It
ready
depends on what you're
for.
going through and where you are. And I totally
Exactly.
get that. So, we're not just coming as a VIP facilitator. You're not just bringing the magic of cacao to us with your amazing ceremony. You are also joining us as a finalist, but not in one category. In how many?
3.
In three categories. So you have been nominated and entered into three different categories for this year's awards. You've gone through to the finals, and I'm assuming you're very excited about that.
I'm so excited. I feel so, and it's going to make me emotional. I feel so honoured. I feel so blessed. I really do. You know, I've worked so hard with everything, and I give so much of my heart and my being. And my mission is to be of divine service to the earth. That's when I was in Peru last April. I handed over my life to be in divine service, and I really feel that that's what's happening. And so to have this honor, especially all of them, but the plant medicine facilitator, sometimes people view plant medicines as the ayahuascas and things like that. And plant medicine for me is rosemary, it's sage, it's the elder, it's all of those. And that is my work. It's holding that space and teaching people to connect into those. So I'm so excited about that. And the intuitive product creator is so exciting as well, because my superfoods, they all get made from a space of deep love, because I first of all, I hear the plants sing, so I can hear the sound of them. And so when I'm making a product, I pull together the sounds until I hear this beautiful symphony. And they've all been made either for myself, my family, or my friends. And then they spread out because I see that need. And so each product has a story behind it of why it was created, and then the ripple effect that has had on so many people. And my mushroom tincture, the one you're talking about that you're taking, was made because my son during COVID times developed severe OCD and severe anxiety, and couldn't leave his room. We had to pull him out of school. He was very, very unwell and wouldn't eat food that wasn't wrapped in plastic, and it was a dire time. And thank God we got through it, and he's thriving and amazing now. But I made my mushroom tincture for him, and I truly believe it saved his life and mine because I was taking it too. And a month after taking it, he went back to school. A month after taking it, he was able to leave his room. He started to eat food that wasn't wrapped in plastic. The change was huge. So, and so many people with that product, thousands of families have had similar responses to it.
Mm.
So, it's so beautiful.
It's good. It's good. I firmly believe in it. I firmly believe there's always another way. Like, you know, I don't know how many times I've shared this, but my story was the doctor said that I'd be in a wheelchair by the time I was 40. And what I used was the meridian points in my body and energy psychology and Reiki. And within 2 years, I was symptom free. But they wanted me on medication, and they wanted me in a wheelchair, and they wanted me taking painkillers. And finding pain management so my children wouldn't have a mother. And I just think that's not always the best way. There are always other options. We've just got to find what those options are for us.
Yes.
So, I mean, I know there's a lot more now with knowledge and awareness around plant medicine, whereas before it was very much shut down. So, as a spiritual entrepreneur, Julia, what was your first thought and feeling when you received that nomination?
it's it's that validation, isn't it, of like being acknowledged for all the time and energy. And I think as an entrepreneur, as someone in business for yourself, you put in so many hours that are unseen, that people don't realize, the hard work that goes into it, and also the love and the devotion. And so when I received that nomination, it was that acknowledgement of people can see the work I'm doing, and an honouring of that, which just makes my heart so grateful.
First,
Yeah,
absolutely first.
totally.
So, just a quick question here, like random, but in traditional business awards, do you feel like there's a place for you?
No, no,
No.
because I'm not I'm not a traditional person or a traditional business. I don't think people would get me. Everything I do comes from my heart. It comes from that guidance of the earth and the cosmos. It comes from following that deep intuition. And when I was finishing the cacao training, people were sharing about my work and the journey they'd been on, and they all said that part of my gift is that I'm real and I share from my heart. And that's what they felt within the container of the training, was they felt safe, they felt loved, and they felt that deep holding of truth. And for me, truth is the most important thing, to be that authentic, truthful being. I am myself. And I think in the business world, people put on masks so often, and you have to look a certain way and act a certain way and say, and that's not me. I will just be who I am. And yeah.
No, I completely hear you, and there is definitely, from my experience, some traditional business spaces that just do not understand the work that I do or how I do it. Yet I actually work on a very strategic basis,
Mhm.
but yet I bring in other elements which allow the strategy to be more powerful than traditional strategists would be able to achieve. I actually sat with a client this morning, and we were doing a sales activation with her. And towards the end of the session, she'd already claimed, she was like, I want to earn 7K this month. And I was like, okay. And she was like, but I'm not sure how I'm going to manage it. And yet I was shown that she had two clients waiting on a £3,500 package. So I shared that with her. And they said, and she said, how did you know that? She said, I haven't even put it as an offer out yet. I've only just been thinking about it. And I said, because I'm shown different things.
Mm, mm,
My job as a strategist is to learn and understand you, but also give you the guidance. And I'm just really lucky that 9 times out of 10, I will receive information that will guide me there.
mm,
And as long as I'm not emotionally involved in the process,
mm.
I will trust that guidance that comes through. If I am emotional, I won't even listen. So we have to take that into consideration, don't we? That life isn't linear. We don't live in a damn box. We're never going to live in a damn box. And sometimes some of us need to be bloody brave, pick up that rule book and say, fuck it.
Yeah.
And that is something that I think you do very well, but you do it with such love and contention as well, which is just really, really beautiful. And I've only recently experienced who you are, what you do, and what you bring to the world, and it's really, really beautiful. So I'm really looking forward to seeing you on the 9th of July. I'm really looking forward to experiencing this year's events with you, and also the Cacao VIP space as well. So, Juliette, what are you most looking forward to over the 2 days?
I think a time to connect with other amazing beings. I think that's the most exciting part of it. Seeing people who are all there to shine and to be in their brilliance, and to have that brilliance acknowledged,
Yeah.
and that time to really just come together in a beautiful space. I mean, it looks incredible.
Have you seen the woodland ones that I've put out?
It looks
Mhm.
amazing. Can't wait. Absolutely.
I know, right? So we're going to be spending the day in this beautiful castle hotel where Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn used to go and hide. And we've also got all the land, and it's just the energy. It was actually a previous birthing center during the war,
Oh,
so it's a place
wow.
of birth.
No.
Honestly, you couldn't make it up. This is just landed, and it had to be. And then obviously going down into the woodlands. So yeah, I am so excited that I am able to bring people together to share this experience, to celebrate, and to show the world what we're really doing instead of hiding us behind closed doors.
Yes.
So, Juliette, where can people that are tuning in come and find you?
So my website is juliettebryant.com. Also, Instagram is official Juliette Bryant, and Facebook is Juliette Bryant as well. So yeah, check me out. I'm on YouTube as Juliette's Kitchen, um,
Mhm.
and I've got lots of amazing videos on YouTube you can watch about me talking about mushrooms, about evolving consciousness, all that kind of jazz. So, because for me, you know, all of this is linked when we connect with the plants, when we connect with the earth, when we work with these things to support us, it supports us physically to energetically pull in all of this we need because our nervous system needs to be regulated to it. And the plants and the mushrooms and the trees all help with that. So, yeah, really
Absolutely.
exciting. And thank you for creating this, Vicky, and so that I could be nominated and reach the final in 3 categories.
Absolutely, my pleasure. This is what I enjoy, giving people the spotlight. So go and follow Juliette, go and figure her out, go and check out what she's doing with the magic of the mushrooms because I'm about to have a really calm and enhanced brain when I
Amazing.
remember to be a bit more consistent. And and more importantly, go and get your ticket. We are on the final tickets now for the event, and we can't wait to welcome you in the room. Thank
Amazing.
you, Juliette,
Thank
for joining
you.
us today.
Thank you so much.